And welcome back to Salaam Britain. Now, as we mentioned before, we went off for our very short break, that we have got a special guest joining us this morning, and this guest is going to blow you away quite literally. He's bringing to us something that we are all quite new to, isn't it, Aisha?
Yeah, I mean, are we new? Should we still be new to this world? We'll find out soon. So with us today, we have Hasnain Naveed. Assalamu alaikum. Brilliant to have you on the show. And you are the Chief Exec Officer of Zarbotics.
That's correct, yeah.
Which is incredible. And I think we really want to just get straight into the questions here, don't we? And, essentially, tell us a little bit about Zarbotics itself.
Okay.
I know it's linked to AI.
Yeah.
Everybody always thinks, oh my God, AI, I can't relate.
Yeah.
Tell us in layman terms.
Okay, so I'll keep it simple. Firstly, Jazakallah khair for having me on the show today. Zarbotics is a software development firm. And in simple terms, we develop automation tools for organizations. And currently we're targeting heavily and focusing heavily on our Muslim community. So we developed a product that we'll mention shortly, which is AI-based model. And it basically helps the madrassahs, the charities, the larger charities, to collect their donations, to run their operations. And basically, in a nutshell, we provide automation tools. And what we do is we sit with the organizations, we do a discovery call with them, and find out where their pain points are. Find out what are the tasks that are constantly being repeated in their day-to-day operations, and we automate them for them with the use of AI. Now, you mentioned earlier, obviously, artificial intelligence is on the rise right now.
Yeah.
And one thing I did want to mention today on this platform is the fact that people think that AI is the future. AI is the present, actually. It's not the future.
So true.
It's already embedded within our operations, within our systems, within our phones that we use, within everything that we utilize. The world is now waking up to it because it's become accessible to the consumer with the availability of ChatGPT and all other platforms. So people think that they've got access to it now. However, it is coexisting within our ecosystem for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's been part of our phones for a very, very long time. Yeah. But we've just never realized that we're using it.
Absolutely.
And you can see the reliance that we have now on technology, which brings me to my question for you, actually, Hasnain. You started Zarbotics. Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about why you started Zarbotics and what inspired you to take that journey into AI and tech.
Okay, so Zarbotics is a family business, and I qualified as a software engineer up in Glasgow about 20 years ago. And since then, I have been driven, Qadar Allah, into different fields. But I always felt that I need to get back into software development. And for the last 4 or 5 years, with the uprise of AI and the talent pool that is available to the Muslim world, I felt that there was a gap there that could be filled. And in my personal space, I work very closely with madrassahs and with masajid and with charity organizations, and I have been for the last 20-odd years. And I felt that there was something missing there, a tool that would be very easy for people to adapt to. So hence Zarbotics came into existence, alhamdulillah. We have a small team of software engineers in Pakistan. Our CTO, Hasnain Naveed, he sits in Dubai, and we're based in Glasgow in Scotland. So that's the existence of Zerotics, and as I said, it is designed to help mainly the Muslim organizations, but any organization, smaller organizations, smaller firms that are struggling with automations and with tools to bring them to the forefront of technology.
Yeah, sounds incredible, and you're clearly, very driven and passionate in this field, and you're absolutely right. Everybody thinks, oh, one day I'm going to have to think about AI. It's today. If you don't get into that world, you're very behind the times, and the rate that it's expanding at is extensive. So let's make this real for our viewers who might be watching at home. So there might be someone who has a brand, who has, a kind of an organization, a company that they've set up, maybe small scale, maybe large scale. Can you give an example of a brand or, of a client that you've worked with in concrete terms, and how AI has helped streamline some of that process? Just so someone at home can think, oh, that could be me.
Yeah, great question, actually. We've actually developed a product called Gorilla Bot.
Okay.
And it's an AI-trained bot that can do a lot more than a normal bot can do. Firstly, it's powered by WhatsApp, so it basically can sit on your phone. So an organization, let's take a charity for an example. A small charity or a medium-sized charity that wish to automate their donation process. Currently, the issues that we face, and one of the issues that inspired us to develop the bot, the Gorilla Bot, was the fact that once you are ready to donate towards a cause, you then have to fill a manual form.
It's lengthy.
So, exactly. Your personal details, your bank details, your so on and so forth. So we thought, how do we automate this? How do we make it more user-friendly? How do we convert it into something that is accessible to everybody? Because not everyone has the time and no one has the patience nowadays.
And especially if you're about to donate, if it's lengthy, you could lose your customer at that point.
And customers just walk away, and people just walk away. And it happens to us all the time when we're asking for donations during Ramadan and things like that. Brothers and sisters who want to donate and they're ready to donate, they've made the intention, but they look at the form and say, I'll take this home. And they never come back.
You must know this happens all the time.
It never comes back. So, alhamdulillah, this product, Gorilla Bot, is a WhatsApp-powered AI-trained bot that can basically have the conversation with the customer, with the donor, and take all the details. So what happens is we issue a QR code for that organization. Like I said, if it's a charity that wishes to utilize this tool, a unique QR code is issued. The donor will scan the QR code, and pre-populated AI-trained chatbot on their WhatsApp kicks in. It says, Assalamu alaikum, I see that you wish to donate. What cause do you want to donate for? And all that script is fully customizable.
But for that to happen, we need to get the donor's number, right? And that means that we need to kind of secure that into our CRMs, and then the bot has to have access to that CRM, right? What about in the case of, because a lot of the times fundraisers, they're doing live fundraising at events, is there any bot or AI technology that can streamline that process as well?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So the system that we developed, it has its own CRM. That sits behind the bot, actually. So when you said validation and taking the person's contact number, by them scanning the QR code is them consenting, giving the consent to be able to use this. And as soon as they scan that, their details, their contact number is collected by the bot. So it's a very, very intelligent bot. So after that, the bot will ask a few questions. What do you donate for? How much do you wish to donate for? What cause? This, that, the other. What's your name? What's your surname? Where do you live? Just normal questions like a normal individual would do. But on top of that, the bot is also capable of answering any other questions that they may wish to ask about that organization. That's where the AI part comes in. So if it's, let's just say organization called 123 donations. If the donor wish to ask and say, what cause do you work for? Do you have people on the ground on Gaza, for example? The bot will be able to answer that question based on the information that we give it.
So it preempts
So it's very clever, And once that is done, all the information is then filtered into a control panel that we've developed, and the charity gets access to that control panel where all the data is sitting there. So they can see exactly that Hasnain donated for this cause today, and this is how much he donated. And you can see all the trends. So it basically gives you a graph, gives you a pie chart, and it's a very clever, intelligent system.
And it allows the charity to kind of establish whether they want specific causes, create projects, create causes, divide their donations into whatever the criteria might be, maybe zakat, sadaqah, lillah.
Absolutely. One of the things that organizations struggle with, and charities in particular, is controlling data or managing data. And that's a big problem. So behind this bot, this AI bot, is a system that basically collects all that data and displays that in a very easy format. And that's what we're encouraging the charities, the masajid even, the madrassahs to take hold of this, grab this.
I just want to say, I agree with this so much, because I'll be at an event, a charity event, and you're seeing all these volunteers with clipboards and forms, and then, you raise your hand and you want to donate, and then they have to find you, they come to you with a form, now you're filling it in, you're putting your phone number. Actually, if I could just scan something on my table, and then it's just tap, 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 instead of putting in lots of information and writing away. Like, I really think we're in a generation where I'm just so put off by writing things now.
I agree.
And that's exactly what we achieved.
Yeah, it just sounds exactly like a gap in the market that was really needed.
So, Brother Hasnain, I work in the charity sector, right? So this QR code and capturing the data and taking them to my donation page, I do that already, right? So as a person who would potentially be interested in AI adaptation of what I'm already doing, what is it that I'm already doing, which is presenting my donors with a QR code when I'm fundraising, and it's taking them direct to my donation page? How does that differ from the Gorilla bot talking to a donor via WhatsApp?
Yeah, so when currently a donor scans your QR code, they are directed to that donation page. They still have to complete all their personal details, their bank details, this, that, the other. So that is now moved onto WhatsApp, and people are more inclined, more prone to responding on WhatsApp rather than filling up form. If they close their phone, if they close the screen, then they might have to go to the browser again. So there are chances of you losing that. Whereas if it's on WhatsApp, but there's another feature I'll explain in a moment. So on WhatsApp, it's a conversation that you're having on WhatsApp. In the UK alone, there's 37 million users of WhatsApp. 37 million users. And you know, we're missing out on donors that we could have access to. So that conversation, that form that you just mentioned, is done via conversation. But also in the future, if you wish to target these people again, or I should rather say, if you wish to contact with them again, the data is within our control panel, and our control panel actually allows you to send them a reminder message on WhatsApp again. Now, I'll ask you a question. What's the possibility of you responding to an SMS? Very rare. I get SMSs all the time from my dentist, from my opticians, you know, it's a reminder.
Well, it's so funny you say that, because just the other day, I think Siri doesn't have access to WhatsApp, right? So I said, Siri, send XYZ a text message. I asked Siri to send my best friend a message. And she replied immediately, not with the answer to my question, but why are you texting me? I was like, okay. I was like, answer my question, but I completely can resonate with what you're saying
So
here.
on WhatsApp, through our system, it's just a reminder message. And if I've already used WhatsApp to make a donation 6 months to your charity 6 months ago, if I get another reminder to say, Assalamu alaikum, Brother Hasnain, we see that you've donated 6 months ago. Would you like to donate again? Please press 1. What's the chances? The chances
so convenient.
I agree, because I actually think the example that you gave, you can lose that person because essentially as soon as they go, sometimes you go halfway through and you think, actually, this isn't for me or something. This way, you have created a portal to come back to and a connection, and it feels a bit more meaningful on WhatsApp.
And there's another benefit to it as well. Sometimes we're very busy. If we get an SMS or an email, I personally, even I'm within in the software development field, in the AI field, I sometimes tend to either forget or too busy to answer that, or in my priority, it's not top priority. If someone messages me on WhatsApp, I'm most likely to check it, not there and then, and if I think that I can come back to it, I'll come back to it maybe half an hour later, even 24 hours later, it's still sitting there.
Feels okay.
It feels fine, and it feels personal. And that's what we're trying to capture here, because there's a huge market that we're losing. The trends have changed, and like I said earlier, we were discussing, the AI needs to be used by the charities, by the organizations, and it could be any organization. It doesn't have to be a charity. But these small tools that we've developed, and we're developing other tools, are designed to make it easy for organizations to adapt the trend, rather than thinking about what AI is and do we have to send our staff away for training or for education and things like that. We don't have to.
I mean, it sounds like a phenomenal platform, actually. So definitely something that I would consider using. Now, on that note, how are you able to then differentiate and navigate different users towards different AI-related, you know, different programs or different projects and different websites? Is it a unique QR code, or is it?
So every project has its own QR code. And you can have as many QR codes as you can. That's one solution. The other solution is that within the organization, you may have various things that you wish to achieve through the same bot. These bots are very clever. And if you start a conversation and they can give the option to say, what are you here for today? Are you here to donate? Are you here to have a question have a question that you wish to answer? Or there is anything else that you wish to do with the bot, or is it general information that you wish to achieve, or do you wish to find an email address to contact, or a contact number? all that could be embedded either within the same bot, behind the same QR code, or if you wish to split them up into different QR codes and have different control panels for it, it's very easily done.
I mean, look, so far it sounds great. You know, every aspect of it seems really considered, really well thought out. But we have to address the elephant in the room as well. You know, people will be tuning in and they're skeptics of AI. And what are the two biggest reasons? One is cost, which, you know, it is what it is, but the other is risk. I think the risk factor is something that everybody thinks, oh, gosh, it could get out of hand. I have limited control over this. You know, things could come back that I'm not very comfortable with. What would you say to those people?
Okay, both questions are very valid and questions that we are asked quite regularly. Firstly, cost.
Okay.
Our solutions are designed, currently the ones that we're targeting, are designed for charities, for madrassahs, for organizations, mosques. And we have kept the entry point highly low.
Oh, that's good to know.
I was exhibiting the day before yesterday, and people were actually astonished to hear that, really? You're giving all of this for this much?
Oh, that's good to know.
And the reason why we're doing that is the fact that, like I said, the ambition behind it, the intention behind it is to get our organizations, to get the Muslim Ummah to start using AI and make it easy for them. So that's the first question. Take away the burden. That's about the price. The second thing is how open and wild it can get. So that's a very valid question, and we get asked that all the time. Alhamdulillah, all of our models are self-created within our laboratories. We don't tend to use the open AIs and things like that in these chatbots. So basically, the exposure is very controlled. The conversations are very controlled, and it is very in-house. So if you are having a conversation with the bot, you know exactly what part of that is going to be recorded, what is not going to be recorded. We are very careful with data, and us being a Muslim organization and a completely Muslim organization, 100%, we make sure that our models are ethical, our processes are ethical, and what we are offering as a solution is very ethical for people to use. So in a nutshell, without complicating this whole subject, like I said, the scaremongering of the use of AI and the exposure of your information and data and where the information is coming from when you ask them a question, we're taking that away by developing small models which are sort of in-house and that only resolve the problem that you wish to resolve, if that makes sense.
Sorry, I didn't want to put you on the spot with it as well, but I think it's important that we address those things which you've done really well.
That's very important,
It's really nice that you've kind of tapped and touched upon the ethical element of everything, especially because with faith-centric products, it's quite hard to trust a product or a service, particularly when it comes to tech, and there's a risk of, you know, data being lost or data, GDPR and things like that. Now, on that note, how do you see the future of faith-based institutions, whether it's madrassahs or just organizations that are faith-based, changing with this new revelation of AI?
I think the organization that we are dealing with right now are struggling, I'll be honest with you. And one of the core drives that we had was the fact that we need to bring our organizations at the forefront. So even when we do introduce these methods or these operations or these tools to them, yes, they are coming towards it. It's at the back of their mind, but unfortunately, it's still not their priority. Which is a hard education piece, and I'm hoping that today, people who are listening, who are watching, inshallah, they can take some comfort from it. And once they take some comfort, I'm more than happy to speak to anyone, to visit anyone, wherever they're based, and go and explain exactly how they will get and what's the model that they will get. So, ethical side of things is very easy, but our organizations in general are struggling, are left behind. They've always been left behind. And hopefully, inshallah, with the Gorilla Bot, with the Zarbotics that we've launched with these small products, they can come to the forefront. And another thing that we are constantly educating our organization is the fact that adopt this model now. As you grow, the model will grow because it's fully customizable, fully scalable. Because we've developed it in-house. We've not grabbed something from outside, and everything is developed ethically, so you don't have to worry about it. And at the end of the day, as Muslim organizations and as responsible organizations, we're trying to move away from the powers that are
absolutely.
in place.
I'm so glad you mentioned that once again, because it is really, really important. We're here to promote Muslim businesses owned by our brothers and sisters, and particularly when they're so ethically sound, and we know that they're going to support our ummah in the long run, and to support our Muslim businesses and Muslim organisations in the long run. There's no ifs and buts about it, really. And this is where the narrative has to change. And we spoke about in the news this morning, you know, we've got a lot of monopolies that are ruling over the economy on a global scale. And the only way to change that is by investing ourselves and our powers and our money into Muslim products and Muslim entrepreneurs. And here is one right here with us in the form of Zarbotics.
Absolutely.
And, you know, Hasnain Naveed, our brother here, has designed this incredible product, this technology which can really change the face of
it really can. And I think that's the topic that I want to come on to, which is this world of AI. Like, where is it going? Where do you see these Islamic institutions, faith-based organisations, charities, etc.? What do you see will be some of the concepts of AI that they'll have to embrace over the next 5 to 10 years, for example?
Yeah, they have to. Like I said, it's not the future, it's the present.
Yeah.
AI exists now, and if we don't adapt to it now, as a matter of fact, if we don't embrace it now, we'll be left behind, like we've always been left behind.
Yeah.
So my message to the faith organizations and any of the Muslim organization, doesn't have to be, it could be an accountancy firm, it could be a lawyer firm, or whatever it is. Every firm, my message to them is that come to us, speak to us, an organization like us, and let's develop things which are ethical, which are close to you. And the usage and the adaptation of AI is a must. Coming to the future, like you said, where do the organizations go from here? I think if they take smaller models right now, don't look into the wider world, and don't get too confused about this.
Yeah, start small, isn't it?
It can get scary.
Yeah.
It can get very mind-boggling because you get confused of where to start from. Like I said, do we have to invest in education? Do we have to invest in software? Things like that. Don't get yourself involved with that. Start something small. Take the products like we've introduced, and then adapt them as you go forward.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant tip, because I think too many people think, oh my God, if we do it, we have to go all out.
Yeah.
And actually, the biggest advice from any AI, organisation is always start small and then build as you go and become more comfortable
with it. And like I said, our products are designed for smaller organizations to adapt to, and they're very pocket friendly. And the reason why we've made them pocket friendly is the fact that our intention is, inshallah, to bring them to the forefront.
Yeah.
And if this is their opportunity, basically,
it's now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's now. Take this opportunity, and like I said, as they scale larger, the applications scales as well. It's fully adaptable.
So, I mean, we're almost out of time, and it's amazing how quickly this time passes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about something so important. But on our last note, I mean, there's a lot of mothers and youngsters that are watching us today, particularly because school holidays have started for many.
Yeah.
If there are young people out there that are interested in tech, or that are interested in launching their own startups, what kind of advice would you give to them? Okay,
I would say that if you have children sitting at home during these holidays, make use of your time and try to learn something. Try to learn a skill, whatever attracts you, whatever basically is your niche. And for children, youngsters who have a lot of time these days, don't spend too much time in front of the tablets and your PlayStations, but rather learn a skill. You can go online. There's several tools online that you can learn your coding, for example. You can become a software developer, and if that attracts you, if that is something that you like, then you can go towards that. There's so many courses online on channels like YouTube and LinkedIn. If you are over the age of 18 and you're still sitting during your holidays, there are so many free courses that you can have. Learn about AI. Learn what machine learning is. It will always help you, whether you're very young or whether you're in your teens. It will, inshallah, always help you. Don't be left behind.
Yeah, amazing. And you never know, the future might hold Zarbotic training programs in the future.
Yeah, we
may have some of our audience coming to you as apprentices or trainers or coders that you might want to code over the summer. Just an idea. I'm just plugging that up in there.
There you go.
Inshallah.
Just link up with Terry. Sure,
Yeah, I'll find you the people.
Give you all the
service.
Look, Hasnain, it has been incredible. Thank you so much for taking us through, the sense of opportunity, but also challenges, and addressing it so well. Wish you the best of luck with Zarbotics.
Thank you, brother.
Right now we are heading.
How interesting was that?
I know. We keep going. I think actually that, you know, Hasnain is absolutely right. You're either with it now or you just are way behind the times.
I'm definitely with it.
Oh,
I love AI.
there we go. Absolutely. We are going to a break now.
Yes, we are.
Yes. I'm double checking with Tahreem,
We are
the
going
expert.
for a break, but before we go away, just a quick reminder, we're going to be taking you into the kitchen in the last and final segment. So get your notebooks and pens ready, inshallah. And we'll catch you after the break.